and welcome to my channel. My name is Penny and I'm coming to you today from Northern Ontario, Canada. It's been sunny the last couple of days and things have started to melt up here, so I think we might be done with the 30 below nights and the 18 inches of snow. I have a few finished projects and some exciting artwork a friend made for me, but first I should tell you, this is Nazazia's V Scarf, I believe is the name of it. I will link it below. And I have a little Shamrock lapel pin because that's my random act of kindness this month. I've made 12 of them in light green and in dark green. Just put a little pin on them and pop them out in a few places around town and in a couple of other towns near us because it is St. Patrick's Day this month. First thing I want to show you is something that I didn't show you when I made it in February. It's a pillow. This is your typical granny stitch, only it's worked in rows around like the log cabin. I love the granny stitch. I love making triangles grannies. I love making octagon grannies. And I have a scrap project in the works. And I hopefully will be bringing that to you in a couple of weeks. I would say a week, but I don't want to put that much pressure on myself. But this was what I made in February for my pillow, and I don't think I ever showed it. Now, talk about the artwork. I was talking to my friend Kim, who's off. She's a hairdresser. And she's been off work, and she's sorted through her craft room. She's decluttered her house. She's gone crazy. So she started drawing. She's been drawing for years. She's a very good artist. And she plays in a lot of different mediums, but very creative person. Anyhow, I was saying to her, I don't have a logo or anything like that. And I asked her what she was up to that day. And she said, oh, she's just drawing. I said, what are you drawing? She goes, just anything I can think to draw. I said, well, if you want to think about drawing something, you could draw me a yarn ball. A yellow yarn ball. And because I made all those happy faces, we decided to put a happy face on it. And I said, well, I want knit needles and a crochet hook because I don't want just one or the other, because I do both. We're bi fiber here. And I said, and then I want a couple of other little balls. I don't care what color, whatever color you pick, trailing along behind the big smiley face yarn ball. And this is what she created. I will insert a picture of it cropped, scanned and cropped here. It is exactly what I wanted. So she said, she took a picture of it and sent it to me, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. Like, exactly. The crazy smile, happy face, no winky eyes or anything like that, just normal happy face eyes. But I'm just thrilled, tickled pink that she actually did this for me. I'm pretty sure if you talk to a logo company or something and ask them how much a logo would cost you, it's probably not free from a friend. Now we're into March and it's time for more tea towels for Pamela at Pamela's Adoring Crochet. So I created these 2 tea towels. There's 2 of them. They don't have matching buttons, because I think I'm going to give these to the school for their Christmas bazaar, if we have those things this year. And this is, the kitchen is the heart of the home, and these were picked up for me at Dollar Tree. I did try a different connecting method this time. I don't think I like it, and I don't think I'll do it that way next time. There's a thread in there. So, 2 hanging towels. March, early April seems to be a big birthing time for people that are connected to me. I have friends that are having first grandchildren, actually 2 friends that are having their first grandchild, a daughter's friends having a baby, different people. And I always like to give a little something to a newborn baby. We all know that I love Jayda and Stitches. And I love her lacy baby pattern. So I made it's 36 by 36. I just trimmed it in white. It's big enough to throw over a car seat or over a stroller. It's not crib size, but it's big enough. And I just love this pattern. It's a go-to, like the granny square. So I used that for, I think I used that for February's bingo. I'm not sure. I wasn't 100% and I was eating cough syrup, so we're not sure. And the next thing I made, because I'm constantly knitting, is another Ross hat. This is a darker brown. It is Ross's pattern, except it has a 2x2 rib around the bottom. But my knitting stitches are definitely improving. My tension and stuff. I just love this. It's a nice hat pattern. So I made a headband. All I did was I chained the length around my head. I didn't add any extra because I knew I was making a small seam. But I just added the chain 2 for the half double crochet. And I just half double crocheted it in the back loops only. And then when I put the pieces together, I just interlocked them like that, sewed it, flipped it inside out, and flipped it halfway around again because it looked like it had a twist in it, but what it was it wasn't fully flipped. If I was to make this again, which I think I'm going to, I would use a foundation half double crochet to start, because my chain is a bit too tight. As long as you wear it on your head with the chain on the smaller part, you're okay. So that's why it's actually shaped like this, is because I did try wearing it. This end stretches out and this end is pretty hard. I'm going to toss it into my winter box. Sometimes the grandchildren come and they forget a toque or whatever. This would work for a smaller head. Smaller than adult sized head. And then the next thing I made was, I've been dying to do my bank 9s, and because I said I was doing them, I've been working at them. And this is the Sawtooth Crescent knit shawl. I think is pretty. I made it out of baby yarn, and I used a bigger than recommended hook, thinking that it would be airy. It is not. It's very warm, and it would be great for someone in the wintertime. It's not a color I would wear. I was just playing around with wool, test driving the pattern, so to speak. I'm going to offer it to my daughters, my daughter-in-laws, anybody, friends. They want it, great, they can have it. And if not, I will put it in the donation pile for the women's shelter. And I had some yarn left, so I haven't made any baby hats for Barry Hospital, because I was pretty sure that the Barry Hospital probably wasn't going to be accepting them because they had a severe outbreak in Barry. Barry became the hot spot in Ontario. So I made a baby hat to Christine's place or someplace like that. Or one of the babies I have being born, maybe I'll just toss it in their gift. So that's, and I did tell you about my pin. One of the squares this month is make something for St. Patrick's Day. So I made a little pot of gold, filled it full of withers, and I've had it sitting on my desk. So when I've been coughing and stuff, I've been sucking on candy, keeping my throat from getting dry stops me from coughing. So I don't think I had anything serious. It was just a cold. You know, you run outside quick with the dogs with your pajamas on. So that's all my news. Sorry about my wheeziness, but I wanted to get this video out before it gets to be too built up and too long. I will see you in a couple of days. with some more mix. So, if you get a chance, play with a little bit of yarn.